It's week 2 of the 2020 season, and we're in Tampa Bay, Florida, where the 0-1 Buccaneers are coming off a 23-21 loss in Denver, and they host a division rival as the 1-0 Atlanta Falcons come in after a 23-14 win last week and look to make it 2 in a row here today. First play of the game, and Austin Ekeler's going to take it right up the middle for an easy 15 yards to start the game. Then later in the drive, Bucks across midfield and facing 3rd and 6, where Jameis Winston goes quick to O.J. Howard, who bowls his way near the marker but comes up shy, and the Bucks elect to punt it away on 4th and inches. So Falcons turn, and their first drive would result in negative yards as Matt Ryan stands in, but with nowhere to go is eventually dropped for a sack, leading to a Falcons punt. Later in the first, and the Bucks commit to the run game as Austin Ekeler picks up 5 yards on a 3rd and 1. 3 plays later, and again facing 3rd down, it's Ekeler again off the right side, and he picks up just enough to move the chains. Then to end the first quarter, it's Ronald Jones moving the chains this time as he goes off the left side and enters Atlanta territory, picking up a 12-yard gain. Second quarter now, and chalk up another 12 and a new set of downs as it's Ekeler this time with plenty of room as he rolls across the first down marker. 3 plays later, 3rd and 10, and Winston stands in before finding a wide open Willie Snead for 20 yards inside the Atlanta 20. But then on the next play, Winston throwing again, and it's Deion Jones with pressure right up the middle and dragging him down for the sack. And on 3rd and 13, Winston looking to throw and is well off the mark, incomplete. So bring out Matt Gay for the 38-yard field goal, which splits the uprights, and the Bucks strike first as they take a 3-0 lead. First play of the following drive, and Ryan throws out to Devontae Freeman in the flats, and look at the moves as he turns what could have been a loss into a 13-yard gain and first down. Next play, and it looks a lot easier for Freeman as he has a huge hole and picks up 11 more yards and another first down near midfield. 3 plays later, Ryan throwing and again goes to the flats, this time to Ito Smith, who gets stuffed right at the 45 to make it 4th down. Offense stays on the field, and on 4th and 4, Ryan is again throwing and has Mohamed Sanu wide open for 11 yards to keep the drive alive. 2 plays later, 2nd and 3, and Ryan just barely gets the RPO away to Julio Jones for 15 more yards down just outside the 10. Then on 3rd and 2 from the 3, Jordan Buggs goes nowhere, but there's a flag on the play for a face mask on Tampa Bay, so instead of 4th and 2, it's 1st and goal, and they capitalize immediately as on the very next play, it's Devontae Freeman up the middle and into the end zone from 2 yards out, and he's got touchdown taters for everyone as the Falcons take a 7-3 lead. Ensuing drive, 3rd and a mile for Tampa Bay, where Winston looks to throw, wants Chris Godwin, but it's Desmond Trufant undercutting the route and picking him off, and immediately after taking the lead, the Falcons are right back in business as their drive starts in Tampa Bay territory, and they go right to work as on their first play, it's Devontae Freeman with a huge hole right up the middle for 15 yards and a first down. 3 plays later, 3rd and 7 for Atlanta, and Ryan is way off the mark, incomplete, which brings up 4th down. Rookie Roland Ford is sent out, and the Trufant interception results in a 40-yard field goal that gives Atlanta a 10-3 lead. Bucks looking to tie before half, and they're able to cross midfield and move the chains on a Winston to Justin Watson 12-yard completion. Tampa Bay rushes to the line, and on the next play, it's 17 more as Winston somehow avoids pressure and finds Austin Ekeler, who breaks a tackle and takes Tampa Bay down to the Atlanta 31. Then with a minute remaining, it's Winston throwing again. He stands in and hits Willie Snead over the middle, whose blasted ball comes out. Falcons recover, but none of that actually happened because the play would be reviewed and overturned. And on 3rd and 10 from the 14, Winston is again going to find Snead, but it's only for 6 yards and well shy of the marker. So Tampa Bay runs the clock down, sends out Matt Gay for the 2nd time today, and his 25-yard field goal sends us to the break with a 10-6 Falcons lead. Opening drive of the second half, and the Falcons are forced to punt after Devontae Freeman is stuffed on a 3rd and 2. And 1 play into the Bucks drive there at midfield as Winston fires over the middle to O.J. Howard for a first down. 3 plays later, Falcons force 3rd and 15, where Winston finds a wide open Mike Evans for 23 yards just outside the Atlanta 30. Then after another first down, it's Winston to Chris Godwin over the middle for 14 more down inside the 10 to set up 1st and goal. And that leads to the very next play where Winston moves to his left and throws across his body to Jordan Leggett in the end zone for a 6-yard score as the Buccaneers regain the lead and go up 13-10. 2 plays into the Falcons drive, and they're going to be right at midfield after Ryan goes to Freeman in the flat, who gets brought down by the face mask, resulting in a 15-yard penalty and a Falcon first down. Then faced with 3rd and inches, it's Brian Hill right up the middle, picking up 6 yards and another first down. 2 plays later, Ryan looking to throw, moving to his right, and has a wide open Austin Hooper for 14 yards and another first down just outside the 20. 3 plays later, 3rd and 8 this time, where Ryan goes to Devontae Freeman, who fights for the marker, but gets stopped just shy, making it 4th and inches, where Jordan BUCS is squashed in the backfield for a turnover on downs. BUCS quickly go 3 and out, so it's right back to the Falcons, who are on the move as Ryan play fakes and hits a wide open Mohamed Sanu over the middle for 22 yards into Buccaneer territory. Then on 3rd and 2, it's Ryan throwing, and he's nearly intercepted by Devin White on a dangerous pass, so that brings out Roland Ford for a second time, and from 51 yards out, it's right down the middle, and late in the 3rd quarter, we are tied at 13 apiece. BUCS offense goes right back to work on a screen to Austin Eckler, who looks like Cole Trickle navigating through traffic and picking up 23 yards as he's tackled just shy of midfield. And 2 plays later, it's Winston throwing again, and he's got good protection and a wide open Willie Snead for another 24 yards down inside the Atlanta 30. 3 plays later, 3rd and 3, Winston again throwing and fires out to Austin Eckler, who drops what could have been a first down catch, so make it 4th down, and for a 3rd time today, Matt Gay is true as he nails the 37-yard field goal to put the BUCS back out in front with a 16-13 lead. Tampa Bay gets it right back to start the 4th and are on the hunt for points again as Winston stands in and has plenty of time to wait for O.J. Howard to come wide open for a 24-yard gain into Atlanta territory. 2 plays later, and it's Winston with the play fake and going right back to Howard for another first down and 14 yards to the Atlanta 26. And on the next play, the give goes to Austin Eckler, who gets every block he needs and weaves his way for 26 yards into the end zone, and the BUCS have their biggest lead of the day as they push the score to 23-13. So down 2 scores, the Falcons need something, but all they'll get is a face full of dirt as Ryan is dropped by Vita Vea for the sack. And on the following play, Ryan looking to throw again, but it's Ndamukong Suh this time to take him down for the sack. Suh gets up and says, pull my finger, pull my finger. Matt Ryan says, whoa, chill out, dude. And Suh says, okay, no, wait, let's kiss. BUCS take over, and on their first play, Winston loads up, fires deep for Mike Evans, and Isaiah Oliver, you got mossed, and the 47-yard gain takes Tampa Bay all the way down to the Atlanta 12 as they look to put this one away. But on the following play, it's Duke Riley screaming into the backfield for a sack and a loss of 7 to push the BUCS back just inside the 20. Then on 3rd and 11 from the 13, it's only a 3-man rush, but Grady Jarrett splits the double team and tracks Winston down for another sack that pushes the BUCS back to the 24, and they bring out Matt Gay for a 41-yard field goal that is up and good to give Tampa Bay a 13-point lead. Ensuing kickoff, and Marcus Green is going to take it from the 4, bring it out just past the 20, bounce it outside, avoiding a tackle, then jukes inside and is going to be thrown out of bounds after a 62-yard return to the Buccaneer 35. 2 plays later, and Matt Ryan has a first down and 14 yards down the seam as he hits tight end Austin Hooper for the completion. Next play, Ryan throwing and delivers over the middle to Hooper again, this time for 17 yards down inside the 5 to make it 1st and goal. And 2 plays later, it's the exterminator Jordan BUCS getting just across the line for the 1-yard score and his first career touchdown as the Falcons answer right back, cutting the Tampa Bay lead to 6. Falcons defense needs a stop, and on 3rd and 1, they can't get it as Eckler picks up 2, getting just past the marker. Then after 2 minutes roll off, it's 3rd and 5 where the BUCS choose to run, and it works as Eckler moves the chains again, picking up 11 into Falcon territory. 2 plays later, 2nd and 1, and Ronald Jones is smashed at the line and can't pick up the first. That brings up 3rd and inches where it's Winston with the play fake before being flattened by Maurice Ramsey for the sack, and any question of a field goal or going for it fly right out the window as the Falcons will get it back. And on their first play, needing a touchdown, it's Vita Vea with another sack and a huge loss of 11 to start the drive. 2 plays later, 3rd and 21, and Ryan stands in and delivers to Calvin Ridley, who gets right to the marker but is just shy, so make it 4th down. Falcons running out of time but are able to pick up a yard on 4th and inches to keep their chances alive. 2 plays later, Ryan throwing and is going to go to the sideline, and Mohamed Sanu for 7 yards and a first down that stops the clock. Next play, and the Falcons cross midfield as Ryan gets his pass away, and Sanu has another first down catch for 10 yards. Falcons use their 2nd timeout. Next play again, Ryan throwing, but it's going to be another Buccaneer sack that costs Atlanta their final timeout. And with 25 seconds, 53 yards away from a score, Ryan goes deep down the middle. The ball bounces around and ends up in the hands of Levante David for the game-sealing interception. And the Falcons, after going 6-0 and sweeping the entire division last year, lose their first division game of season 2, falling 26-20 to the Buccaneers. Atlanta struggles offensively all day long and only racks up 264 total yards and goes 3 for 13 on third down. The Falcons will look to right the ship next week as they head back home to take on the Oakland Raiders. Okay, so a tough loss there and just a rough game overall offensively. Wasn't really able to put together a whole lot. Played some good defense, but turned the ball over in the red zone again, this time on a fourth down, and still had an opportunity to win, but the fourth quarter sacks kind of did me in, and we fall to 1-1 on the year. It's kind of funny, though, because after beating the Bucs 51-20 last season, the last two games I've played against them have both been really defensive and grindy games like that one. But moving along here, again, our only team activity is player upgrades, and we only have one player to upgrade this week, which is rookie linebacker Maurice Ramsey, and he stays at a 67 overall and only sees one attribute go up, with his zone coverage improving by 3 points. Now it's time to go around the league, where we always start with the league scores, and on Thursday night, the Seahawks beat the Packers 28-14 in Green Bay. Texans squeak by the Colts 19-17. Bears take down the Titans 38-33. Cowboys win by a touchdown, and the Jets hammer the Patriots 38-17 in New England. Eagles and Panthers pick up home victories. Saints win 31-21 in Minnesota. Bills take down the Dolphins. 49ers and Chiefs pick up road division wins over the LA teams. Bengals kick 3 field goals and shut out the Jaguars 9-0, and the Broncos hammer the Raiders in Oakland. Then on Sunday night, the old Browns beat the new Browns 42-28, and on Monday night, the Cardinals pick up a 3-point win, beating the Redskins 21-18 in Washington. A look at the AFC standings sees the Jets and Bills both at 2-0 and leading the way early in the East. Same story in the North, as the Bengals and Ravens are both 2-0 with the Steelers and Browns winless. Texans are alone at the top of the South after 2 games, as are the Broncos in the West, as both sit at 2-0. As for the NFC, it's the Cowboys by themselves atop the East, the Bears alone at the top of the North, and the Panthers leading the way in the South, as all 3 teams are the only 2-0 teams in each of their divisions. Then out West, the 49ers and Cardinals are also 2-0, with the Seahawks and Rams trailing behind. The AFC player of week 2 is Ravens wide receiver Marquise Hollywood Brown. The second-year first-rounder out of Oklahoma had a huge night against the Browns, as he hauled in 10 catches for 176 yards and found the end zone 3 times to help Baltimore hammer the Browns 42-28 on Sunday night. On the NFC side, it's Mitchell Trubisky again winning the Offensive Player of the Week. Trubisky takes home his second straight award after going 33 of 38 passing for 413 yards through the air, and was responsible for every Bears touchdown, throwing for 5 scores in the Bears' 38-33 road win in Tennessee. Defensively for the AFC, it was former LSU and current Chiefs safety Tyrann Mathieu. The Honey Badger was in on 6 tackles, but it was the game-changing plays that win him the award this week, as he had an interception, forced and recovered a fumble, and also found the end zone in the Chiefs' 34-27 win over the Chargers. As for the NFC, it was another former SEC safety, as Clinton Dix is the week 2 winner. The 7th-year Alabama product tallied 7 tackles, all of which were solo, because he's an independent tackler who don't need a man to assist him. Clinton Dix also picked off Aaron Rodgers to help take down his former team, as the Seahawks won 28-14 over the Packers on Thursday night. On to the league leaders, and starting with the passers, NFC Offensive Player of the Week Mitchell Trubisky takes the top spot in passing yards and touchdowns from Tom Brady, and Baker Mayfield's passer rating drops 4 points, but is still good for best in the league. 2019 leading rusher Zeke Elliott takes over the top spot in rushing yards from Kerryon Johnson, who is at the top of the rushing touchdown leaders with 3, and then Saquon Barkley, who led in touchdowns last week, now leads in yards per carry with his 7.5 average. The week 2 players of the week continue to dominate the leaders, as the AFC offensive winner Marquise Brown now leads in both receptions with 16 and touchdowns with 4. Brown is also just 2 yards behind Bears receiver Taylor Gabriel, who leads the way in receiving yards with 237. And then wrapping up with the defensive leaders, AFC Rookie of the Year Devin Bush is tops in tackles with 25 after 2 games. Joey Bosa adds another sack and a half, pushing his total to 4 as he continues to lead the way there. And then AFC Defensive Player of the Week Tyrann Mathieu is the only player in the league with 2 picks and finds himself alone at the top of the interception leaders. Wrapping up here, we'll take a look at the week 3 schedule, where things kick off with a good matchup between the Texans and Ravens on Thursday night. Moving to Sunday, the Panthers host the Eagles, Chiefs host the Bucs, and Dallas heads to New York to face the Giants. Jags, Texans, and Bengals, Steelers in division games. Chicago at Indy, New England at Buffalo, and Green Bay heads to Washington. Broncos face the Saints in the Big Easy. Vikings at Lions, 49ers at Seahawks, and Rams at Cardinals in more division action. Then wrapping up the afternoon games, we host the 0-2 Raiders, and on Sunday night, the 0-2 Browns will host the 0-2 Chargers, while on Monday night, the 2-0 Jets will look to make it 3-0 in Miami against the Dolphins. But that's going to do it for week 2, guys. Tough loss and a divisional loss at that, which is actually our first of the series after going 6-0 last year. But next video, we will be facing the Raiders, who feature Derek Carr and a digitally sane version of Antonio Brown. They will be without Trent Brown and Josh Jacobs, however, so tune in for that as we look to move to 2-1 and continue season 2. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed what you watched and it was well worth your time. And until next time, thanks for watching.
Ooh.